as we celebrate the shared values and heritage that define this Ronghorn festival. Here goes the mythology. Throughout history, festivals have been integral to human civilization, serving as a platform for communities to commemorate the values, beliefs, and heritage. Among the countless indigenous festivals in Northeast India, Ronghorn is primarily celebrated by the Nokte and Tulsa tribes of TRBC. It stands out a vivid expression of agricultural traditions, gratitude, and vibrant community spirit. Ronghorn is celebrated following the millet harvest, often referred to as the Millet Festival, and is most revered and widely observed festival of Nokte and Tulsa tribes. Ronghorn has been passed through generations, preserving its core essence while undergoing slight variations in ritualistic practices from one village to another. Much like other agrarian societies, the Nokte Tulsa people deeply honor their relationship with the land and nature, and Ronghorn provides a time for reflection, thanksgiving, and prayer for future prosperity. Ronghorn embodies the customs, traditions, and spiritual and cultural identity of Nokte and Tulsa tribes. This celebration strengthens communal ties, honors agricultural accomplishments, and preserves age-old practices. It offers the younger generation a vital opportunity to immerse themselves in their heritage, acquainting them with customs and rituals passed on by their ancestors. While the Ronghorn festival is renowned for its vibrant dances, music, and feasts, its significant riches for deeper reflecting the profound cosmology and cultural heritage of Nokte and Tulsa people. Every ritual performed during Ronghorn serves as a testament to the delicate balance between humanity and nature, and to the cyclical rhythm of the life itself. The festival is intricately tied to the agricultural cycle of these tribes. As agrarian communities, the Nokte and Tulsa rely heavily on jhum cultivation, with millet and upland paddy serving as their staple crops. Ronghorn is observed after the millet harvest, typically between July and August, depending on the specific village and agricultural season. Origin and spiritual context. The mythology surrounding Ronghorn is deeply intertwined with the spiritual and cultural beliefs of the Nokte and Tulsa tribes. The name Ronghorn is derived from Rom, meaning ritual, and Rang, the supreme deity of universal creator. Rang is revered as an omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient being who maintains the balance of the universe and ensures the prosperity of all its inhabitants. The festival is held in homage to Rang, seeking divine blessings for future harvests and ensuring the well-being of the community. According to the mythology of Nokte and Tulsa, the origins of Ronghorn are rooted in ancient practices and legends. It is believed that the ancestors, guided by Rang, were the first to discover the art of millet cultivation. Early practitioners of jhum cultivation, slash and burn farming, expressed their gratitude to Rang for abundant harvest and instituted Ronghorn as a sacred celebration to honor this divine gift. The festival thus marked the end of one agricultural cycle and the commencement of another, reinforcing the people's connection to both the land and the deities. Ronghorn unfolds over 3 days. It's filled with distinct rituals and activities that embody the cultural values and spiritual beliefs of the Nokte and Tulsa tribes. The first day is called Phomlamja, the day of preparation. The first day of the Ronghorn festival is known as Phomlamja, is dedicated to preparation for the upcoming festivities. The day is characterized by bustling activities as the villagers come together to organize the celebration. One of the main events of Phomlamja is the collection of vegetables and other essential food items. Villagers also participate in ritual sacrifice of buffaloes and pigs as symbolic offerings to Rang. The meat from these sacrifices is distributed among households based on the contributions to the festival, ensuring that all family partake in celebrations. This tradition fosters a sense of collective responsibility and shared joy. As the day progresses, men and women collaborate to brew large quantity of rice beer, yumin, a traditional beverage integral to the festival. Firewood is gathered in preparation for cooking, a ritual with the entire village buzzing with activity reflecting the communal spirit and excitement for the festival. The second day is called Kunyongja, the day of feasting and ritual. Kunyongja, the second day of Rongwan, represents the heart of the festival and is filled with feasting, ritual and cultural performances. This day marks the peak of the celebrations and features several key events. The day begins with family feast where villagers share a variety of traditional dishes and rice beer celebrating the harvest and expressing gratitude for the blessings. In the afternoon, the village council members gather at the chief's house to perform a sacrificial ritual, a pig is sacrificed, and its blood is collected in a bamboo tube. A small piece of pig's meat is attached to a bamboo stick with one stick representing each household in the village. This ritual is essential for appeasing wrong and seeking blessing for the upcoming year. In the evening, two designated priests would proceed to Pantong, a secret site located on the outskirts of the village to perform the charm ceremony. A bamboo structure called charm is erected and the skull of the sacrificed pig is tied to it. Offerings of jimin and biban, rice powder, are made to Rang. The charm ceremony also includes a divination ritual where bamboo tubes are dropped from a height to predict the prospects of agriculture, hunting and community overall well-being. The position of the tubes open landing is interpreted as a good or a bad omen. Following the ceremony, priest and his team visit each house for purification ritual, placing a small bunch of millet at the entrance of every house and smearing it with pig's blood while invoking the goddess of millet. This ritual symbolizes the hope for continued prosperity and abundant harvest in the coming year. At night falls, the village youths dressed in vibrant traditional attire gather in the Pandong, the ceremony house that holds a large log drum. Folk singers adorned in ceremonial garments join the celebration, performing songs that recount the village history, origins, and notable events. Accompanied by traditional drum, this melodious song create a lively and festive atmosphere. The third day is called Thanlangja, the day of completion. The third day and final day of Rongwan, known as Thanlangja, is dedicated to concluding the festival activities and bidding a more formal farewell to the celebration. The day begins with a Hajabo dance, where a troupe of dancers descend from the chief's house to the village grounds performing a house-to-house dance. Each house soul offers refreshment to the dancers and a ritual that serves a symbolic roll call as a dance party visits every home in the village. The villagers gather for the final farewell, their hearts filled with both sadness and hope for Rangwans to return. After completing their rounds, the dancers, predominantly elders, gather for the final performance. Senior folk singers chanting in the Khapa dialect deliver heartfelt farewell songs imbued with promise of farewell's return, symbolizing both closure and the anticipation of renewal. This poignant moment, the Rongwan festival concludes, leaving the village with a bittersweet blend of joy and melancholy. As a community bids farewell, I look forward to the next celebration. Thank you. Happy Rongwan.